Hey, what's up guys? It's Toxic here, and today we're going to be taking a look at some games from my childhood. I want to see how they stand up to Roblox in 2019. A lot of them were created in either 2008 or 2009. I'm pretty sure all of them were actually, so there's that. Some of them have been consistently updated up until, 2016, 2015, and some haven't been updated in like 8 years. So, we got a mixed bag here to see what works and what doesn't work. Now, the first game is Lumber Tycoon by Defaultio. As you can see, I'm in it right now. I've actually played this one, and I know for a fact that it actually kind of works. Kind of works as in, not really. Because once you get down to it, it really doesn't. Because when you claim a place, what happens is you're supposed to go collect logs from trees, right? And once you get that done, you have to deposit the log in here. I don't know if maybe I forgot how to play this game and that's why it's not working, but watch, we're gonna get this tree down to 0, and watch the leaderboard. It's gonna change to 1. We have 1 log now. If I'm not mistaken, all you have to do is walk over and click deposit log, and it says no logs to deposit. So, sadly, that's where this game just stops working. Again, can't be too mad. This game is so old, and the fact he even updated it that much, like you can see it was updated until late 2016, so it's actually kind of crazy to see it broken, but whatever. The reset tool doesn't even work, by the way, which is also interesting. Anyway, though, let's head over to the next. Oh, wow. I didn't know you could do that. It's like as soon as it touches it, it just does that. Okay. That's cool. Good to know. But yeah, sadly, that's where this game stops working. But before I continue to the second game on my list, I want to give what's the word? An honorable mention to another game by Defaultio, and that is Mining Tycoon. The reason why I wanted to give him this, I would have put it onto the list and taken off another game, but sadly, it's just not up here, so we can't play it. But it was, I forgot the name. I believe it was Mining Tycoon. Basically, the premise was you get a tycoon in a cave. What you do is you go back into the cave, like go deeper and deeper into the cave. Every time you go deeper, a bunch of ores fall down, and you would basically have to pick it up and put it into a conveyor belt. And once you put that on the conveyor belt, what you do is collect all of it onto your truck after you purify it and all. Once you get it outside into the world, you're able to purify it once more, I believe. Again, this is just based off of my memory. And once you do that, basically you could go sell it for money, and obviously that helps you with your tycoon and everything. It was honestly one of the most fun tycoons I think I've ever played. Sadly, Defaultio doesn't agree, or he just didn't, keep it updated. Whatever the reason may be, sadly, it's no longer here. It would be cool if somebody recreated it, but I doubt that's going to happen. But let's move on to the second game on our list, and that game is Choose a Team and Build Their Fort by Platty08. Now, like I said, this is a mixed bag. Some were updated up until recent times. Some, like this game, were last updated in 2012, and the creator also vanished in 2012. I wonder, is he alright? Because this was one of my favorite games, and it's kind of sad to see that he's gone. But this was honestly one of the most hectic games on this list, if you had people to play with. Typically, this game had anywhere from like 5 to 10 people just at any given time, and usually in the midday time, when school was out and everything. For some reason, this game would have a good server or 2 full. It would be pretty fun because you could make new friends, you could just hang out. But basically what you do here is you choose a team, like we did. We're in the Sealand team right now, and basically what you do is you could build a fort, but we're not building a fort. Now today, I'm going to reminisce a lot, so I'm going to be telling a lot of stories and a lot of tactics people used to use back then. And what I'm doing right now is one of them. You see, a tactic people did was they would just constantly build stuff like this to get across places, and then delete it right after. Because typically what people did, like, if you try to do this where you just stretch it like all the way across, like all the way down, that way you're able to just run across and go somewhere, people would notice that. They would be like, hey, why is the enemy doing this? And they would just be like, okay, well, now you're dead. And basically what happens is, you're dead now. But this game allowed all gears, which made this even more hectic. And what I mean by that is, you can use literally any gear created by Roblox. So, A lot of people tended to use the R orb, which is an orb that basically just makes you a Super Saiyan from Dragon Ball Z, where you're just able to shoot lasers at people. You're just able to, basically, you're one of the most overpowered people in the entire game, because not many gears could stand up against it, because, again, you could use it at ranged, and the lasers went through stuff. So basically, it was impossible to it was impossible to combat against anyway. Anyway, yeah, typically, what would happen is people would build like super cool things. Obviously, nothing saved, so sadly, that's also another thing. People would build really cool things. Sometimes teams would work together. Like, I remember one time Sealand and Mainland worked together against Highland because Highland had so many people. Basically what we ended up doing was we just built a whole base that spanned all of this. All of this was us, and they had all of this. And it just became a 2 versus 1, and it was just really fun. Honestly, I could go on for days about this game, but, you know, that's not the point of this video. So let's move on to the next game, Destruction Derby. Now, something I forgot to mention in that game, Pladio 8's game, is that it actually still kind of functions. You could build. You can't paint and you can't change the materials. Like, you can't make it diamond plated or anything, sadly, but yeah, for the most part, you could still kind of build in it, using the build tools and the resize tools. That was actually one of the most working games out of everything we're going to talk about today. Now, this is one by Tiger 370, Destruction Derby, by the way. A huge hit back in the day. As you can see, it was created in 2008, last updated in 2013. Now, this wasn't the only Destruction Derby game to really become popular. This was actually like a whole genre of games that was really popular back in the day. I could have listed another one, but honestly, I couldn't even find the creator because I forgot about it. I'm sure if I went to a web archive from like 2014, 2013, I could find it. But this is the one I have the fondest memories in, because you'd be able to grab anything, drive down, and you'd basically, like, you know, obviously with the drive tool that doesn't function anymore, but you'd be able to just basically head down and just go crash your car into people, which would destroy your car. You'd also be able to crash into walls, which again would destroy your car. But all in all, it was just a really fun little game. But obviously now it doesn't work. I think oh wow, the respawn actually works. Before it didn't. But you can see this one doesn't function at all, sadly, but it's whatever. Anyway, so next up is Burnout 3. If you thought I was going to make a list of games from my childhood and I wouldn't include Burnout 3, you're sadly mistaken, because this has been on my favorites list since I even moved to this account. It's actually right here. For the longest, ever since this game stopped working with the whole filtering enabled thing, which, by the way, this one was actually updated close to 2015. So basically, this is one that spanned a pretty long part of my childhood, because you can see it created in 2008. So basically, this was one of the games that I just played for the longest, and basically, it still kind of works. You could spawn cars, and if you reset, the cars fall apart still, but you can't drive them, and you'll never really have the fun that you had in this game if you try to play it now. The VIP was set free a long time ago, by the way, so that's why I'm able to spawn these. But yeah, honestly, the creator, I believe, left. I believe he quit Roblox. I don't know, but you see, I think the game would actually work if you could sit in the seat here, because, as you can see, the seat tool does not work. But I'm sure if the seat tool did work, you would be able to use it. And obviously, since you're not sitting, the car doesn't move when you use the drive tool. Oddly enough, you could actually respawn the car, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it's still just kind of sad, because this was one of my favorite games as a kid. This list was not in any particular order, by the way. I was just listing based off of, you know, hey, let's just grab a few. I didn't really think about the order, but this should have been number 1. But anyway, moving on to the last game on our list, but most certainly not least, Zombie Desert Defense Tycoon. This was one that was created, like, I believe this is the newest out of everything on this list. It was created in July 2009. It was last updated in 2013. This game blew up. I remember this being on the front page for a very long time. And this one, it still kind of works. I went back to it recently. As you're going to see, the reset tool actually does not work. Open info server does not work. But you can see the zombies still spawn, and you can still do damage to the zombies. Obviously, I'm not used to this little melee knife thing, which doesn't even do that much damage. The pistol does not work, sadly. Just so you guys could see, I'm gonna find someone to shoot at. Also, I'm gonna take the yellow base here, if it even works. Let's see, defensive Tycoon. Can I please have it? Who's toxic? Yep, I own it. Awesome. Now, where is the zombie? Oh, the zombies are going outside this person's house, interestingly enough. Alright, so I guess I could show you. Yeah, this gun does not work. I believe most guns don't work. I'm gonna just come here and... Wow. Okay, that's how you do that, but, yeah, I was dead as soon as I did that. Anyway, so this game was honestly one of the most fun Tycoons I think I've ever played, aside from, you know, Mining Tycoon, because this one is like, it had a whole combat thing about it as well, and fighting the NPC zombies was really fun. All in all of these games were like top 10 in my opinion. They were all really fun, but again, sadly, no one... Oh, wait, I guess I could talk about these. Okay, so every once in a while, they would have a massive backup come out, and, okay, they all just died because they walked into her house. Anyway. Okay, can I kill one of them? That's like my goal. Wait, I killed one. Killed two. Awesome. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna end the video here, but you can see they called in defense. They're pretty strong, and all in all, it was just a pretty fun, scary little game as a kid. But yeah, let me know what's on your list, guys, and let me know if you want to see a part 2. I could find some more games from my childhood. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.